it's Danielle from WENDELLWOODWORKS, and today I'm in the workshop making a herringbone backer for a custom wedding sign I have coming up, and I want to show you how I do it. The first step is to choose your material. I'm going to be using an MDF board for the backer itself, and for the herringbone pieces of the wood, I'm choosing to use wood lath. Of course, there's a lot of options. This is by far the easiest option, especially if you don't have a lot of tools in your garage or at your home to cut the pieces yourself. Wood lath can be bought fairly cheaply and is already cut to size, outside of a miter saw that you're going to want to cut the piece into smaller parts. And while you can use the wood lath as is, I'm going to run it over to my router table and run it through the edges just to give it some extra flair. Next, you're going to want to create a stop on your miter saw using a scrap piece or a 2x4 clamped down to where you want the length to be. It's important that every piece is exactly the same size, and a simple stop will help you to do this quickly and accurately. I then routed the edges and sanded them. After cutting my MDF backer to size, I marked the center lines. The horizontal line isn't really needed, but I like having it as a reference anyway. The most important line to make clear and accurate is your vertical middle line. The trick to centering up your herringbone is finding the middle of the width of your boards. So I'm using 1.5 inch wide board. So I found the middle at 3.25 inch and I put a tick mark on the tips of all of my pieces. And these are the tick marks that you want lined up with the middle of your vertical line on your piece. So alternating right and left, I'm going to set these at a right angle, making sure that this middle line hits the middle line of my backer and this middle line hits the middle of my backer. And once I do that all the way down the middle, it'll line up the piece for the whole thing. To glue the pieces down, I'm just using Titebond wood glue. You can cover your board with an even layer of glue first if you prefer, but because I'm constantly interrupted by my girls, I take it just one piece at a time, applying the wood glue and then sticking it on. This also gives me time to move and rework the pieces if needed. And to ensure that all my pieces were pressed tightly to bond, I covered it with a board and applied weight while it dried. I then trimmed it up on the table saw and hit it with Minwax dark walnut stain. What a perfect backer for a beautiful sign. I hope you found that helpful. Subscribe below to find more tutorials like this one coming soon, or check out this video to learn how to make a miter frame for your backer. Happy creating!